right, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my neighbors. All right, for everyone that is hearing my voice, by all means, go ahead, click the like, subscribe, and the bell button. Hold on, let me adjust my microphone. It's a new year. Let me get all this stuff right. Couple of training day stuff we knocked out already. All right, and also down below you got your my Insta my yours my Instagram. Go ahead and follow me there. Go ahead and follow my Twitter. Go ahead and hit that rocket button. That way, people on Trading View will know that I bring some really good information. Actually, I am starting this a little late. Looks like New Year's is kicking my butt a little bit. Let me go ahead and let my trading floor know I am going to be opening this up a little bit later. Opening the floor late. Let's aim for at 8:30. We're gonna give y'all 30 minutes over here in Trading View. All right. And if you don't have a trading community, by all means, come join over the cheat code. That way you can go ahead and trade with some fun people as well. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the chart real quick. Oh, actually, no, actually, we're gonna change this up a little bit. We're going to talk about all the indicators. Up now, here's a couple things that I want to recap. So last year, when the year was ending, I was kind of giving y'all a little bit of warning that the Santa Claus rally had its flaws. You know, we've been topping, no real support because we kind of just went vertical, and it probably needed to kind of have a little bit of a retrace. And this morning, I woke up to a really great surprise, which was kind of entertaining in a way because it feels like I was kind of right, and it looks like we're starting to kind of come down. Check me out on Trading View. Let me put that in there. Boom, boom, boom. That way they got the stream. All right, so let's go ahead and get to this party. So we're going to start off. Oof, where is my? Hold on. I think I misplaced my. There it is. That's the one. Or is it? Where are you? Are you the one? You are not the one. Where are you? You see, this is what happened when you wake up late in the morning. You don't have everything set up. There we go. Found it. Now I got it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq has been doing some very interesting things. Let me go ahead and get this NQ up. The right NQ. All right, so here's what I was explaining to before was like what were they planning with the whole entire NQ when it was all said and done. We were kind of rising up, had a nice little push up in that angle in itself. But the funny thing about it with the angle that we kind of pushed up on, it's almost like the push back down is coming back to the entry. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so that way you can see the chart a little bit better. Like right here, we kind of have this like arcing. No video. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Cool. Good. Hey, what's going on, Hitch? How you doing? Right. So now with the angle that we have here on the daily, it looks like we're probably going to be like this. This is probably the angle that they're going to try to test. And what are we going to be putting pressure on? We're probably going to put pressure on this whole entire overall trend itself. This is probably our uptrend, right? And this is our potential downtrend. This is not an official downtrend. When we break this support here, that will give us a little bit of signs, but I do want to see them test this level. So let's aim for 15,780, somewhere in the middle of a pullback. This one here will be about 16,830. We're very close to that level. That could be one of the pullbacks. For my Fibonacci lovers, let me go ahead and put it like this. Boom, right? So maybe we'll come to a 50% to 618 zone. So let me go ahead and box this area out from here to here. Fix my template. Boom. So something like that. And let me get rid of my Fibonacci. So looking at this as a whole, it might be where the Nasdaq is trying to figure itself out and come back and see, are we going to come back to these levels? Are we going to find some support? Are we going to find some new buyers? Because if we look deeper into the chart, it has been topping. We had a strong movement. Actually, the movement is so strong, I think it's probably one of our highest strength. Let's see, 3,000 points on that leg right there. Let's see, this one was March of 2023. We could kind of call any of these legs. So this one right here was 4,000. That was a nice little leg up. These are smaller. We've had legs down, legs down. This is a good leg right here. So let's see how much is this one. So this one is roughly less than 3,000. If you want to count all of this, so you're talking about probably rivals that a little bit, but I kind of like this leg because this is a very deep pullback that made it healthy for this jump up here. This is the pandemic recovery, so we could kind of take any one of these legs. So yeah, this is probably not the strongest, but it is along the lines of one of the strongest pushes up that we could get from the Nasdaq when it's all said and done. So I do like where it is right now. So now I just want to see a retracement, nice healthy pullback, and we could go ahead and see some other levels. Now the next one we're going to go ahead and talk about, you already know, we're going to talk about oil. Oil is very near and dear to me because of how it affects my business when it's all said and done, and oil tends to do its own thing. So let me go ahead and show the chart. It looks like we have a nice little gold depth cross to the downside, and right now we're trying to avoid going through the entry time frame and coming our way all the way down. So if we're going to come down, I would like to see this actually take out this bottom level, which is roughly around 71.24 right here. Come on, give me my level. Come on, baby. 71.25. This would let me know that we're probably going to take some of this imbalance that's here and retest this area at 67.82. I do think that that's a possibility, but since we bounced so violently after, again, I love my jambalaya rice order block, this whole entire thing is a big order block. If you're not taking it from the rejection off the 50 EMA, I would say be very careful on your entry because you could get a bounce anywhere inside of this zone. So oil does have some downtrend. As far as the uptrend in itself, it's already been damaged. I don't see it really making a true uptrend, and I did have this from the pandemic peak. And I'm looking at this as a potential that we're just going to go ahead and continue on this downtrend and this downtrack. Actually, you know what, I'm going to tweak this a little bit. No, you know what? I'm not. I was going to tweak it with a cheat code algo here, but that's more like a potential downtrend. This is the official downtrend just because of how we hit from here. We got your point, lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this be the lower high and we make a new leg of lower low and maybe get into the $50 a barrel? I don't think the oil industry would like that, so we can only dream on that one. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next one. The next one is always gold. You already know how that goes. Gold made a massive move, so we kind of try to figure out, can gold get back to that 2150? And with what just happened with the market overnight, let's go ahead and see what that chart looks like and see if we can find out how gold looks at this point. As soon as I can get that ticket right, boom, boom, boom. I'm the host and also the, what you call it? How do you call it? Host, producer, all at the same time. Anyways, moving on. So now we look at gold. You see how this level is, right? We already talked about this 2150. We've been talking about this for a while now. I want to see it hold above 2100. Last week we failed to hold above it. You see how we kind of rejected off that point. And with this Boosie candle, and if you don't know what a Boosie candle is, it's a caution candle indicator. You could kind of see that we are rejecting that area, right? And we're kind of coming to a point where this is probably going to be a strong level of resistance. This is where the open was before we kind of went completely parabolic and then gave all of it back and gave warning signs, took out all of these supporters that was in this imbalance that tried to show support to get that above that 2150. And it looks like there's a possibility that we're just going to keep on accumulating, or sorry, keep on distributing until they start going for some lower lows to find out where the buyers are. I can see gold getting back to 1934 right around this level if this thing continues. Of course, the cheat code algo has yet to put a sell signal in, so I would say look out for 1985. People probably step in and start buying up some gold, but other than that, it looks like we could be coming down. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next one. The next one is the silver. So the way silver has been operating has been very interesting. I do like silver and where it is right now. It looks like it could put some pressure on the upside. I like its base and everything else. Let me pull the chart for you. I like its base because the way it's holding above the 50 EMA, it does look like the 50 and the 200 EMA could give us some strength. Hold it at this level and make another leg up. And if it does do that, it's probably going to drag and gold with it, and it's probably going to push up, come up to this level, and then reject. The question is it going to be just silver that's leading the way, or is gold going to weigh it down and it never makes it up there? That's going to be the golden question. So Chico Algo already gave us enough information here saying we're compression price. I wouldn't say, other than day scalps, I wouldn't be in silver, anything really long term. But if it does break out of any side, either above the 50 EMA or below the 200 EMA, there is a possibility we could continue down. And right now the stochastics are pointing down, but it could be just resets to continue to that upside. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the next part. The next part is the British pound. You already know I love the British pound because the British pound is one of those tickers that kind of gives us a little bit of a leg up of what the market is going to do. Again, we're dropping, so it's supposed to drop too, and the dollar is strengthening up, so that's going to put a lot of pressure on the British pound. So I would say, for the most part, be prepared for a chart that's going to look very bearish. So let's go ahead and show the chart. Here's the British pound, and this is what it looks like right now. It looks like, yep, it broke my uptrend line. This is an uptrend line that I had put up for a potential bounce as of, I think I did this on a 1 hour. What did I did that? That was not the 1 hour. It was possibly this 4 hour. Let me zoom in. This was last week, and I think I was taking these multiple points. I don't think it was anything like the 15-minute. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find it. All right. It might have been this because I'm seeing two touches here. So I probably was looking for some type of potential upside, and if it was going to break something, it would have to break this. And you could kind of see we've just made a straight beeline to that downside. And we kind of did this dance right here, looking like it was going to push up around 545 to 615, and it is not holding its own weight. So I am looking for this British pound to continue to this downside, and yeah, maybe even putting pressure on this support here. And let me come out to the 1 hour. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think I like that level. 1.2620. We've been here before, had a nice little bounce off of it, and it could be where they're looking now, bring us past TP1. Then we could see what this level is before we start taking out this imbalance. And this imbalance is from here to here. Boom. Change it up. Bullish. All right, and we're probably going to be looking at some type of bounce here, some or maybe even TP2 and 3 somewhere in this area, because that's my 50% mark. So that's going to be very interesting. So keep an eye on 1.257. I think that's the target that they're looking for. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next one. The next one is natural gas. We've talked about natural gas before. As it's getting colder down here, it's really cold. We've touched down to like 52 degrees in South Florida, and it is freezing. I've been wearing like layered clothes, but anyways, I know people from up north is probably laughing at me, but it's okay. It's all right. I am a summer boy. I am born in the summer, so I do not play that. Let's go ahead and pull up natural gas and G. Boom, boom. All right, and this is what the chart kind of looks like right now. It looks like it is trying to hold with a nice little gap right here. I'm probably going to play this on a fill. I think I do like this on how it's set itself up. Came back inside of that zone. Didn't get to the 50% mark. It is pushing back up. Looks like we have a level of resistance roughly around here. Let's pull back to the daily so you can see that a little bit better. Yeah, I think I like where natural gas is. We've been gapping ever since the contract expiration. We've been playing around with a gap here. We got a gap here. I want to see them fill the rest of this area. So I think they're probably looking for this. Let me box this out so you can see what I'm talking about. So here is our open. Here is our close. and we only filled partial of that area. Let me zoom in for y'all. So yeah, I'm thinking something along the lines of this right here. It's probably what they're looking for. Maybe get past the 50 EMA, get to that 2.76. And with weather continuously getting cold too, I could see that really happening. So you're talking about here, 2.8, 2.8, maybe even 2.85 is probably what they're aiming for natural gas. So you could probably play that up. Yeah, you could. You could customize an alarm signal. Um, oh, wait. You know what? I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about my sound. You know what? I do have my alerts on, so that's probably what's coming through. Let me get my sound settings. Where are you? Let me mute that. Get that. Could be my trading view. Yep, I got it at 20. I normally have it at 0. Let me get rid of that. That's it's mine's. It's mine's. My bad. I'm probably throwing y'all off. You'll be like, wait, where's my alert? Which chart? Which chart? All right, so I just muted that. But yeah, so with natural gas where it is right now, it looks like we got ourselves a nice little uptrend. I did on a different chart something a little interesting with natural gas. We got an uptrend like this, right? This is our uptrend. But what I did on the other chart was kind of point out that we had multiple different downtrends, right? We have this angle here from here to here, and then we kind of broke through, right? If I go over to the daily right here, you'll start to see that the angle is kind of like something like that. So now with this nice little uptrend that we're putting in, right? It looks like all natural gas did for 2023 was kind of just break out of this here. So now let's zoom in a little bit. Where does natural gas kind of go at this point? So I had a couple angles here. There was this one here. There was this one here. There was this one here. And I kind of kicked myself in the shin because I put another one just to be a little extra. Because I was like, oh, we just did another angle. And I could have played this angle fill here. And I missed out on that one. And we just kept on losing power here. So to be honest, I'm probably going to wait for natural gas to come below this level here, which will bring me to a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I could kind of play this to the upside if I need to, but I want the best price possible. So I'm going to look for the support line to be that catalyst that gives me that upside and gets to this point or break through this 2.6 and then continue to this upside. I don't think we're going to get here. That's just dreaming. If we do get here, it's probably going to be in next winter. That's just my take when it's all said and done. Or we're going to have a very cold spring to get us through that. But for natural gas to come rebalance this imbalance over here with the gap that they put in, it's going to take a lot of steam, a lot of steam. Oh, I am slowing down. Let me get a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and start talking about the Russell. The Russell needs to go ahead and start leading us off. Let's go to it and see if we can come down even further. What does the Russell tells us? It's telling us that it is tired. It got to TP4 on the daily. It is tired. It's pulling back. It looks very similar to how NQ is looking. So now, can the Russell, because it's under, remember the level I gave y'all last week, 2040, right? The 2040 level has been violated at this point, right? The next level is this order block at 2000, which I'm thinking it won't survive it. I think there's going to be some consolidation. I can really picture if I was to venture off on some imagination, not saying it's going to do this. This could be a whole entire move, and this is probably going to be a lower time frame head and shoulder, something like this. And then we're going to get one more bounce. Like, oh, the rally's not over. Come on, get back in. And then they're going to liquidate people here. So look for a potential downtrend that's going to look similar to something like this when the right shoulder puts in place, roughly around that 2040 as a retest, and then continue to the downside. If it does that, look for the Russell to at least test the imbalance that's been put right here. Let me go ahead and box these out. Got here, and you got kind of here. I don't like it. Too tiny. But yeah, we got there, and then you got a little order block that's in between. All right. So that's what I'm looking for in the Russell. And then the last one, let's go ahead and get into the dollar. The US dollar. This is the one I've been telling y'all on the charts over and over. Just track the dollar. I'm not saying for you to get completely, enamored, because you can't trade the dollar. Well, sorry, forex you could kind of trade it because you could do it, the currency pairs and everything else. But generally speaking, the dollar is a good thing that you want to kind of like chart out, get a sense of where it's going, because if it's going up, that means the market tends to be going down, and if it's not operating that way, someone's lying. It could be the dollar, it could be the stocks, whatever the case may be. In this case, the dollar was holding its position, and that's the one that kind of really threw me off, because I didn't think the dollar would hold its position the way it did. But you could kind of see it's been on this downtrend, violent downtrend, ever since the whole entire rally started in late October, early November, right? So October, um, based on seasonality, almanac, whatever it is that you follow. I don't care whatever the case may be. If you based it on that information, you were supposed to have a very strong October. But there was so much liquidation that happened. We kind of did this whole entire double bottom here. That double bottom in itself was the dollar just liquidating people before we made that full rally. But you could kind of see. So if we continue with our multiple trend lines and kind of create ourselves a fan type of effect, let's go with this one, just because that one's already broken. But the reason why I'm saying go with this one is because even though we had this one right here, technically, when we made this leg lower, it kind of just gave us that pop, that little quick pop. And I think I was looking for a reversal at that point, because I was like, the Saturday rally should be over. And I think I was talking to one of the community members, SJ, and I was explaining that this trend line needed to break. I think this might have been it, something along the lines of that. And as soon as it broke, that rally continued, and that was the rest of that week going into Christmas. So now that that's done, now that we're done with Christmas, now it's time to probably get back to normal. At the very least, retest. If you're not already in it, I would say be careful, because we could reject right here, and the market could just turn around and rally when it's all said and done. But I'm not saying that you're supposed to go ahead and get in on some puts right now. And I'm not saying for you to go ahead and take the bounce so that way it could, maybe there's some retracement or 236 retracement. I'm not saying none of those things. I'm saying that at this point, with the dollar rallying 0.73, which is a lot, based on its averages, this could be just a nice little push. Let the market close like this, then see if there's a pullback, maybe 50% of this, and then look for the dollar to get stronger. But I do see, because we've rejected here on this point, try to break through, try it again, try to get through the 200, try to get through the 50. Death cross is still in play. We could just get to the 50 EMA and then just reject. That could be a possibility too. So just get some more information. We're not institutionals. We're not the ones that's going to move the market. We are not the ones that's going to go ahead and just leverage ourselves into we are in our position. If you want to do small position scale in, by all means, you could do that. But just wait for support to get your second entry, which would be possibly a nice pop here off of this upward trend line. Let me bring this to the 1 hour. This will probably give you a little bit more context. Right, so we got ourselves, come on, give me a little bit more information. I want a little bit wider. Come on, there we go. Right, let's do it like this. Let me squeeze this down, and let's call it this angle, like that. So now these imbalances can fail at any point. We've already got to that overbought area. There has to be a retracement. Could it be a retracement into this imbalance and bounce, or this imbalance and bounce? Either way, there needs to be some type of sense of a pullback, and then we'll get ourselves a continuation to the upside and have ourselves some fun with some puts, or this whole entire trend line just breaks, and then we go aim to make a new leg lower and try to take out the level at $1 or 162. And I don't know if y'all remember what my target was down here. My target was roughly this 99, or our TP2 at 10.084. So I'm looking for either one of those if this thing flips and continues this downtrend. We have been completely vertical on this downtrend, so a retracement was necessary. But remember, jambalaya rice order blocks. This looks like jambalaya rice right here. Can they get through? We will see. All right, on that note, if you have any questions, any tickers, unfortunately, I won't be able to do it live right now, but I promise, put your tickers in the chat there. I will check it in the morning, write them down, and I will go ahead and look over them, put it against the cheat code algo, and let you know how it will work when it's all said and done. Also, if you are in in a community, you don't like the community, you're not happy with the community, you're not being successful, and you're looking for new help when it's all said and done, by all means, come join the cheat code algo. We have a lot of fun. We we earn a lot of money. We try to do our best. The reason I'm saying win is because I'm about to go ahead and do another announcement in itself, and I'm looking for my photo because I thought I pulled it up and it's not there. There it is. There you go. All right, so if you also are a seasoned trader, I have a nice competition that is going on. Go ahead and try to sign up for it. We are looking for contestants and a chance to win $1,000. All right, and the grand prize. So if you are really good at what you do and you want to go ahead and put your skills to test, go ahead and jump on to what would you do. All right, that's going to be on my little contest. It's a price action contest. If you feel like you have the skills to compete with some of the great traders we have on cheat code, come on down. We're going to start recording somewhere in the middle of January and February, and I am looking for the best contestants to do so. On that note, I thank you all for taking the time and jumping in over here at BYTTT. Go ahead and enjoy your day. I wish you the best, and I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Good day, my neighbors. Later.